neonatology with the effects of touch care. My name is Jasmine, and I did my project on neonatology, specifically kangaroo care and the effectiveness of it in the NICU to specific illnesses that are most common. So to start off, there's me, born on March 30th in 1999, but I was born with underdeveloped lungs. So I was sent to the NICU, and I was hooked up to IMV, which is ventilation, everything, because my lungs were undeveloped and I was not producing. There's me also in the NICU. My mom is holding me in the NICU, and this is what sparked my interest to take a topic on neonatology. Once my mom told me that I was sent to the NICU for having undeveloped lungs, but I was full term, to do more research and even get into it more for a career in the future. Stories about how when she was in there was babies that she could hold in the palm of her hands, and I just thought that was very interesting. So that is what sparked a career in neonatology, and also do this senior project on neonatology. There are 300 million babies born annually around the globe, and there's about 400 million babies that are born. In 2012, there was 10,289 babies mature. So, with those babies being born premature, they are most likely sent to the NICU, and they also have annually, just around the globe, there is about 1 in 10% of babies that are born that get sent to the NICU. I focused on 3 specific common illnesses that came up in the NICU. The illness that I focused on was anemia. And anemia, also known as iron blood deficiency, is when your body does not produce enough blood cells, or your blood cells do not enough hemoglobin. It's a protein that gives. The point of red blood cells is to pass the oxygen from your lungs to your brain, just throughout to your whole body. Done with analysis studies that were done with 190 term babies, and 326 were born where mothers did kangaroo care approximately 6 hours a day, and it showed that they increased their temperature of their body by 2 to 5. Forgot to mention, but a common symptom when babies have anemia is chills, and they have a low body temperature causing them. So the kangaroo care that those mothers performed was just holding their babies 6 hours a day. The next illness I looked at was jaundice. According to the CDC, will experience jaundice. Jaundice is of your eyes and your skin. There, at my internship, I under a light that had jaundice. The yellowing of the skin comes from the high levels of bilirubin that is produced. It typically will go away between 2 weeks, but sometimes it doesn't go away. The baby will be at risk for cerebral palsy, deafness, even if not cured. So there are 4 types of jaundice: breast milk, blood incompatibility, and sociological. Breast milk jaundice, because it's most common. It happens in 60% of babies that are sent to the NICU with jaundice. And a study that was done in South Africa, where their baby for a minimum of 6 hours a day, and their infant mortality rate increased by 40%, 1,200 grams or less. And after 3 consecutive days, there was shown that there was constant weight gain with their babies after just breastfeeding. And this research of my data, the research that I found and data that I found is important because kangaroo care was established in the 1970s in Colombia, so it's still fairly new. And for us, we're more advanced than, say, other third world countries. So in South Africa, that was really important. New technology, they are getting some of our technology, but also that doesn't really require technology. It's just skin to skin, the baby, whether it's with, most of the time it's with the mother, but it can also be done with it in lack of. Next illness I focused on was apnea of prematurity, also known as AOP, which is when the baby dies without breathing and has a saturation rate of less than 85%. They can go without breathing ranges between 15 to 20 seconds, which is called episodes. And a study done, again, the mothers were being holding their babies between 6 hours a day, creating a sleep schedule. So after feeding, babies were getting better with breathing and having. Due to them not breathing, they weren't sleeping well, and they were having crying and being stressed, agitation. Most of the time kicks in when it's time to sleep because that affects them when they're breathing. They stop breathing most of the time when they're sleeping during those episodes. So they were creating, with kangaroo care, they were creating those sleep patterns, and they were able to have the babies to sleep, and they experienced less stress than the control group. They also had continued that study on, and 6 months later, they saw more things cognitive and neurological with the babies, where they were engaging more and understanding things cognitively. Their brains were a little bit more developed than the control group that was healthy and did not have. There are three different types of AOP: obstructive and central. Mixed makes up for 50%, central makes up for 25%, so makes up for 25%. Babies that are born at 29%, they will have AOP. I said 29%, I'm sorry, 29 weeks. Babies that are born from weeks have a 54% chance. Babies that are born between 32 and 33 weeks, chance, and babies that are born between 34 and 35 weeks. So for my internship, I interned at the neonatal intensive care unit. Learned so much. It was awesome. I did it for a week. I came in during their first shift, so I had to arrive. The first shift starts at 8 o'clock, but I had to arrive at 7:45 because all the nurses, they get together and they do their rounds meeting. Our rounds meeting is when you sit down and you talk about the progress of the babies that are in all the pods, babies admitted from last night's shifts, and just anything drastic that changed that would be important that the nurses and doctors would need to know for the care of the babies today. Sitting down in the back, and those are a couple of the nurses. They were sitting down during the meeting. After we did the meeting, we went around and they do the round meeting where they all meet, and then they do the rounds where basically they check up on all the babies, signs, up their medicine, which the majority of the babies were on something called TPN, which is just food that they give through the veins, the medication through the veins. So I was shadowing my mentor, Dr. Michaels, doing his rounds, and they carry the computers and type in all the information. Here is a picture that I was able to take of just what a baby in the NICU would be in. It was empty. It was kind of hard for me to take pictures for my internship and community service because of HIPAA, and I would have to have gotten permission from all the parents there, which part of my internship, they told me that I would have been able to anyway. For my community service, I went to the Orange County Child Care up at TIAC, the dinosaur classroom, which is from youngest to 2 years old. And basically, I came in during their nap time after school. I left school before 4 o'clock, and I went over there about 5 o'clock. I helped with snack time, reading, just bonding with them, playing with them. We played in the gym. They loved making me shoot half court shots. Terrible at basketball, wasn't a good idea. Running around, just all kinds of stuff. I just played with them. Again, I was not able to show his face because privacy violations. But this was Isaac, and they didn't really know what was wrong besides that he sometimes was running a fever, sometimes he wasn't, and he was always crying and just agitated. To bring him in, not a good idea, but they still brought him in. Hell, he was always crying, which is typical for babies. With other students, you couldn't do it. So I was like, okay, kangaroo care. I did my research on that. It will help with his agitation, which can also help with some of his symptoms. For my time there, I spent just holding Isaac. So I was holding him, feeding him, playing with him. It really helped with the teachers when he was crying, so they didn't distract the other kids, especially during nap time. And for my legacy, back after doing my internship, I saw that there's a lot of families that use the Ronald McDonald House. UVA is the primary hospital for surrounding areas that are resource limited, as areas in Tennessee, Kentucky, and areas that North Carolina and Duke Hospital doesn't cover. And when the surrounding states don't have enough equipment or anything that can help are sent in through UVA's next program, which is their transportation. Either they'll take the van or flown in. And specifically when I was there was this one family that had came from Tennessee, had fluid in their brain, and was so tiny. You could fit in the palm of my hand. It was super small. And I was there and I heard them talking. I was able to interact with the families internship about them needing a place to stay. That UVA offered is the Ronald McDonald House if there is enough space available, so that they can be able to stay with their child and not have to receive without being able to be there for their child. So I decided that I was going to fundraise for the Ronald McDonald House in Charlottesville, which is who UVA works with. Raise $500, but I'm still fundraising. The sponsorship with my church, and my church is in a district of different churches. Month, the Ronald McDonald House sends out a list of items that they need. They range from different items. Some of them is just toiletries and stuff like that, and some of them run more. Maybe they would like to family, so they ask for specific gift cards to places and such like that. So through the sponsorship, my church district have agreed that each month they will go through and buy all of those. That's part of the charity work. I'm going to Fayetteville State to study nursing and specialize in neonatology. This summer, I got into a program called the LEAD program where I can start early and earn 6 to 7 credit hours. So I'll be in Fayetteville starting in July. The advice that I would give to students is choose what you love what you choose. I chose this topic in neonatology because it's something that I really like. So it was easier for me to talking about it, researching and get into it. It wasn't so much as a task or a job or something that I saw that was super hard. Challenges, and I challenged myself to go above and beyond and to learn more than what was expected. But that since I liked the topic, that I loved it, and it's something that I want to pursue in the future, it really helped me out a lot. Like I learned so much about myself. I thought I knew a lot of what I was getting into, but I absolutely did not. Being that I took the nursing class and my CNA license, I kind of knew things, but once I got into, you don't know what you thought you knew. Some of the things that I should have known, I didn't know. I was like, you nursing? I'm like, yes, but I didn't didn't know I thought I knew. You can always expand your knowledge and your horizon. And I also learned that I saw how the doctors and the nurse practitioners and just the nurses, the team, and I learned that you can't teamwork, especially in the medical field. Everybody is a team. Get along with your
for wanting to do something like that. It's to have a baby that has to go right into the NICU and things like that. Imagine how difficult that would be. Position. So thank you for wanting to do that. Getting people like you that help moms and dads feel a lot more comfortable. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it's something I didn't mention. Speaking on that, actually, my second day there, I experienced the death of a baby. Super hectic. One of the things that when I talked to a nurse, something she said to me, I had asked her, just in the future, how does that affect you guys psychologically and stuff like that? And she said, I work in the NICU because I can reason a baby being born sick, but I can't reason a child being healthy and then becoming sick. Right next to the NICU, and that there's just so many kids in there that have cancer.
So you said that you there, and what did you actually do while you were there for your internship?
Went around and I listened to the doctors on the specific illnesses babies had. I listened to how they were able to going to do. I also, when some of the families came in, I sat down and I talked to them about it, if they agreed with it, because kangaroo care is fairly new. It's just something that coming up in the 70s actually, and it was first introduced in Colombia, so it's fairly new and a lot of people like with permission of my doctor's office, of my mentors actually, I was able to. A lot of things I couldn't necessarily hold the babies or get too hands-on because of privacy violations. Learning experience, and I was able to ask them about kangaroo care, how they felt about it for the illnesses that I've been in my research.
First of all, I think it's great that you get involved in these things because I think it's always neat to see like where you get like government support, but you also get support is always lacking. So I love that you reached out to the community. Second thing I was going to say, as far as a compliment goes, is I love your humility. You said that you're still learning, and I think that if you maintain that, all of you guys maintain that mentality that you never arrive. You're always still learning. You're going to make the best doctors. You're going to make the best or professionals, whatever you're going to do in life. So thank you for maintaining that humility. And the second, or last thing, or I guess it's more of a question. You're doing your studies, you're doing the research. I know you were looking at jaundice and apnea and some of these other things, babies and trauma and conditions that they're born with. Research. I know my first experience with that in life was diagnosis when I was a very little kid. So I'm interested in that because of my own personal experiences with that. I was just curious. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. On like what kind of research is being done? Sudden infant death syndrome. Like did you see anything across your studies with that?
Anything with that, but one of the doctors that I actually was able to shift for doctors, nurse practitioners, and students in their residency doing research on that was